sports fans. It's Louis Diamond live from our Las Vegas handicapping studios, and you are now watching BettorCenter Live, and it is 2021, and 2020 is officially hindsight. So there you go. So today is the first day of hindsight, and so that means we should have no problem getting you some winners in the foresight. So how was that for your New Year metaphoric startup of college football? We got some really good college football here today. New Year's Day usually never lets us down. And to join us here today, two fantastic handicappers. Steady Eddie's been with us for a long time, since the beginning, pushing on a lot of winners with his bookie busters. Our very own Red Rifle, Mr. Tony Gulledge. Happy New Year, Tony.
Yes, sir. Happy 2021 to everybody. Just wanted to encourage everybody to have, if nothing else, just tune into the show as much as you can. Build up a little base of support. I'm going to take my time and effort and put into it. Try to give everybody a lot of winners the best we can, give out the best information we can, and we'd appreciate the support from everybody and look forward to having a really good year. And good to see everybody. Thanks, Lou.
All right. Very nicely said, Mr. Red Rifle. And also joining us, he's new around here, but he's been hammering us with plenty of winners right out of the gate. And he's a great welcome center, and that is Lord Chumley. How you doing today, Chum?
Good. Happy New Year, guys. And I would like to kind of go off of what Tony said. And we've got a really great group here on BettorCenter, and we've been hitting it hard, all of us. And I appreciate the opportunity, and I put in my work too to try to give everybody winners. I'm looking forward to the card today and starting out the new year on the right foot. Let's get to it and roll today, guys.
All right. Looking forward to bringing you on to the website and having you offer the picks daily to the players. So keep it up, John. Keep it up. And let's keep it up here today. So, and you know what? We're going to start right out of the gate with our man on the street and the game of the day, which is the Rose Bowl. And the Rose Bowl now, Mr. Cusimano, he is out there in Pasadena. Is that where you're at, Mr. Cusimano? What's happening in the Rose Bowl today?
Thank you very much, BettorCenter. A very happy New Year to everyone. As all three have stated, Happy New Year. Let's look in the rearview mirror at 2020. And remember, everyone watching today on BettorCenter, stop gambling and start winning, and listen to what everybody has to say in 2021. I am actually in the Lone Star State again here in the chilly Lone Star State, Arlington, Texas here, behind the AT&T Stadium, I guess you could say co-host of the Rose Bowl this year. They got permission from the Tournament of the Roses to have the Rose Bowl played here at AT&T Stadium. And, you know, for all of you history buffs out there, the last time the Rose Bowl was not played in Pasadena, California was 1942 due to the Pearl Harbor attacks and launching the nation into World War II. So here's what we have. I mean, we do have a little bit or a lot, maybe not a lot to talk about. We've got a 20-point spread here. Alabama 11-0 against a 10-1 Notre Dame team. Let's just hope it's not a blowout, and Notre Dame can, that's their goal, is to keep it close. You know, they want to control it via the ground game, is what the scuttlebutt here is in Arlington. I mean, how do you do that? I mean, they've got to get that ball and hold on to it with a lot of run plays, I think. You guys know me, I'm an outspoken person. Alabama, come on. 50 points in their last 3 games, 50 points plus in 6 games this year. They averaged 49.7 points this year. They're going to be a tough team to stop. And, I guess what else is there to say here? This is a semi-final game to go to the finals. And when have you seen a spread at 20 points in a very short time this has been,
I think we lost you there a little bit. Hey, you got security coming after you, Tony.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I don't know.
okay.
We've done this before. I've got permission.
Videos, photos only.
Oh, all right. Well, I've been here before.
All right.
Everything costs more.
All
All right, so all right, we roll slow, 20-point spread. We'll see you guys. Happy New Year.
That's it. BettorCenter out there getting you the scoop. Doesn't matter if we get in a little trouble for it. So the Gestapo is out. They do not want us filming near the stadium. Woo. All right, so Alabama, 19.5-point favorite. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty here, gentlemen. And Clemson Tide, they've been racking up the points. As Tony mentioned, they are 7-1 against the spread their last 8 games overall. And favorite in every one, 8-2 on the turf. But the Crimson Tide are 2-6 against the spread in January and 0-5 on Fridays. So, all that being said, what does a Red Rifle have to say about the Crimson Tide?
Yeah, come right out to my opening commercial, guys. This is going to be my Bookie Buster play for Friday. 3-0 last week. I think we did the Friday, Saturday, Sunday sweep with the Bookie Busters. Right now, coming into the new year, Lou, it's 18-7. That's 72% with the Bookie Buster plays that I have put available for sale on the BettorCenter site. Basically, I have best bets for my client, and I've chosen from those best bets daily selectively. And as they would say in The Last Crusade, I've chosen wisely to get 72%. If you want this play, head over to the BettorCenter site. I've got it completely analyzed, a little write-up. I'm going to tell you why I like it, what I think you're going to see during the course of the game, and I even throw a little score down at the end of it for the guys that might want to play the total, try to bang out a parlay. But check out that Bookie Buster, guys, and I look forward to a good game, and I want to hear what you guys think about this one.
Boy, I tell you what, this show sucks. We got Cusimano. He didn't give us anything on the game. I got you coming out with the sales pitch. Chumley, liven us up, buddy. Give us something. What do you got here today?
Well, Notre Dame, if they get down early, they're going to be in for a real long day. The best chance they're going to have is if they start strong, which I don't really think they have the horses in this one to stay with Alabama. I don't see Alabama slowing down at all today. I would lean to Alabama, but I'm going to make a mid-level play on the over in this game. I think Bama's going to put up at least 48 points plus in this game. So I will give you a little leaner on Alabama, and I will make a play on the over today.
All right, Chumley and I seem to be on a little bit of the same frequency here right now. I didn't mean to bust Tony's chops. His Bookie Busters have been making money, but I didn't know we were coming out with the commercial. I didn't know that was his Bookie Buster. And I believe Chumley's on the right path as far as the total. So I know Tony's probably not on the total for a Bookie Buster. So I will wholeheartedly agree, but I will actually step it up a notch. I think the over is going to be an easy cash here today between these two teams. So I wouldn't be afraid to send that one in on the over. And if you're looking for the side, obviously Chumley thinks it's going to be a rout. I'm not sure what Tony thinks, but it is his Bookie Buster. BettorCenter.com will have his Bookie Buster available to you right now. Jump out there and grab a Bookie Buster. We also got Chip and Ross out there with some great selections for you there today. And that being said, we're just going to move on to a game that we're not going to try to sell you. We're just going to give you some good information, I hope. And that is with Cincinnati and Georgia. And Georgia opens up 7.5 point favorite. I just saw them at 10 a little bit ago. Now it's back down to 9.5. A lot of love for Georgia. Is it the ACC versus the AAC? And nobody's giving Cincinnati any respect. Is Georgia going to be so motivated to knock out an undefeated team where they're going to be able to crush this defense? I don't know. So, well, I do know. I actually do got some love for this game. So, and I'll pass my love along, and I'll tell you who I'm going to agree with here in a minute, and maybe we will align with something here. I'll start with you, Chumley. What are your thoughts?
This is going to be probably my top play of the day. I went over this game for over 2 hours this morning, actually, and they're both equal. I mean, they both struggle scoring. Their offenses, they're both very similar. Quarterbacks are pretty similar. I get why the reason Georgia's 9 or 10-point favorites is because of the strength of schedule, but I'm gonna back the Bearcats today, and I'm actually gonna tickle a little bit on the money line, but they're gonna be my top tier plays. I'm gonna back Cincinnati today. I think they stay within 3 points, maybe win the game today.
Ooh, a little money line action possibly. I might be feeling the same thing. How about you, Mr. Gulledge? What do you got?
Yeah, keep wondering why the spread keeps going up here. I feel like I got the sucker end of this pick because I bet Cincinnati, but I only got 7.5 points last night. I think the Bearcats defense will somehow be enough to keep them close. I just don't see Georgia's offense as being that overwhelming. You know, it's good. It can be good, strong running game, but they would need to do that against a lesser opponent defensively, and they won't get that from Cincinnati. And I noted, too, that Cincinnati's last two performances defensively weren't that great, but I think they're going to get up to play the SEC opponent. This isn't Tulsa. This is Georgia, and you're going to bring your A game. And I think that A game will keep Cincinnati in it to win it. I think mistakes will be huge, so you got to avoid the mistakes and any kind of quirky special teams plays. Cincinnati could be right there. And Chumley, I'm not willing to bet the money line, but I tell you what, I can see it happening, and good luck with that. But I'm going to take the touchdown in Cincinnati here, Lou.
All right. So I guess we have an alignment, everyone. There you go, because I am on Cincinnati today as well. And if you got the 9.5, I would recommend grabbing that 10. But I would also recommend putting a third of your wager on some money line as well. So whatever you're going to play on Cincinnati, which I think is a strong play, I would recommend a third of it or 20% of that at least on some money line action. I think Cincinnati is going to have the opportunity to pull this upset. I think their defense will be able to step up to the challenge here today. And, but Georgia does have that motivation going against a team that has yet to lose. So, it's probably not Cincinnati not being the big opponent that they were hoping for. So that's the letdown. But Cincinnati coming in undefeated does give them a reason to really play hard. So that's got a little bit of concern for me, but not enough to keep me off of them. I think the Bearcats cash the ticket. Tony thinks the Bearcats cash the ticket. John thinks the Bearcats cash the ticket. So I would assume we're going to cash that ticket. So that game goes here in a half hour as well. So you're going to want to punch that ticket right now or very soon while we're doing the show or right after the show. Will be done here in a little bit. So before we are, though, we are going to talk about the Auburn and Northwestern game. Northwestern, 4.5-point favorite. Total, 44.5. And is Auburn and Bo Nix going to be able to put some points on the board? Northwestern gave Ohio State a tough fight for the first half, but they fell apart in the second half. A lot of disappointment coming into that because it could have had that Big Ten title. But are they going to be flat after that big game and allow Auburn to put some points on the board? What are your thoughts, Chumley?
Yeah, I'm going to make a small play on this. I'll get to it, but Northwestern and Fitzgerald, he is one of the best coaches in all the country. I mean, he could coach pretty much anywhere. He loves it there. He doesn't get the players that anybody else does, but they get the most out of everything they have there. And he's had some time to prepare for this, and I don't see either team really scoring a whole lot today at all. The side could probably go either way. I would lean Northwestern small, but I think it's just going to be a slow, hard-fought game. Hardly any points scored. I don't think it gets to 30 today. I'm going to make a play on the under in this game.
I feel some under there, but I just don't like betting low total college games under too much. So I usually avoid taking a deep look into that. So how about you, Mr. Gulledge? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Malzahn fired. Got a couple little weird things going on with Auburn here, but I like the spot for the SEC team. Noted Northwestern covered the spread, 22-10, lost Ohio State, but they gave up 350 yards rushing, man. They absolutely got ran all over in that game. You're going to expect to see Auburn. That's what Auburn does. If they can do that to you, they're going to do it. And I kind of agree with some of the things Chumley said. Northwestern, I've watched enough this year. They're 3rd and 7. They'll run a dive play up the middle and get 2 yards and punt. I've never seen this. Very rudimentary. And I can see why maybe their quarterback, they just don't want to give the game away. That's one way to play it. It's going to definitely decrease the scoring when you play that style of football. And I see Auburn will play with that with you. I know Auburn's style will kind of go with that. So it would tend to be lower scoring. But it's a matter if you bust off these big runs. You know, if you hand off up the middle and the guy goes 75 yards in 10 seconds, then the under might not look as good. But for me here, I like the SEC defense against a rudimentary offense. And eventually, at some point, I think Auburn's running game will find a way. I think actually Auburn can win this game. Northwestern being favored, I think is a product of how well they did held up cosmetically. The 22-10 against Ohio State looks really good. But when you look at the stats of that game, Ohio State really, in the second half, poured on a lot of yards. They beat up Northwestern's defense. I'm thinking you're going to see the same thing today. I like Auburn, Lou.
All right, a little bit of Auburn for Mr. Gulledge. I'm going to make a little note on this play, which I think is probably of a little importance, which isn't going to be in your favor there, Tony, but this is the last coaching game of his career. Mike Hankwitz, the defensive coordinator for Northwestern, and if he were to win this game, he closes his career with his 400th win. So that is some locker room material that I believe will give them a reason to step up their game and make sure that this is an A game. I don't think they sleep here today. So I'm going to have a little bit of love for Northwestern only for that reason. And but not a lot, just a little action, and maybe it's just a sentimental thing that I'd like to see the guy go out with number 400. It's a great story, so I usually like to back great stories because it's not always about the teams; it's many times about the story. So I think there's a story there today. So all right, that being said, let's hit to our next college football game, and that is going to feature the Ohio State Buckeyes, and they are at Clemson. Not at Clemson, I'm sorry. And they face Clemson. Clemson, a 7-point favorite. Some places 7.5. Total is 68. Now, Dabo had a little comment about Ohio State, which really – I don't know. Dabo's a pretty smart guy for him to say that, to give Ohio State, saying that they really don't belong in the top 4. They only played the 5 games in his own, I'm paraphrasing because I don't have the exact quote, but he gave them something to hang in the locker room so they can work on that. He doesn't believe that we belong here. But Dabo's a pretty smart guy. Is he right? What do you think? We'll go to you, Chumley.
Yeah, as a Big Ten guy, I've been watching both teams all year, and I think Clemson, if they can keep Fields contained, he'll throw a couple INTs and make some mistakes. And today is the day you don't want to do that because Clemson's going to capitalize. I truly believe Clemson is going to come out and make a statement today, and I don't see Ohio State staying with them. I'd probably lean to the over also, but I'm going to make a mid-level play on Clemson with the points and a smaller play on the over in this game.
All right, a little bit of Clemson love, and personally, I like to see it. But Tony, you may have a little bit of a different opinion on this game, though, don't you? I know we chatted about it before the show, so go ahead.
Yeah. I got a feeling that this is going to be probably the best game to watch from the viewing standpoint. Excitement, drama. I think of all the games today, this game will be the one that you want to tune in and watch. Clemson, Ohio State. I think Ohio State's going to come in here and be able to do some things with the athletes that other teams that Clemson's played have not been able to do. I think their back end defensively is a little susceptible. It's been exposed a couple of games this year, and I know I just compared them to last year's team. I don't think they're quite as good. I didn't think neither of these teams was quite as good as they were last year, but I noticed, in my opinion, that Clemson's defense is just noticeably a step down. So you get in a game that was 29-23 last year, basically a rematch of a playoff semifinal game last year. And that touchdown looks tasty, guys. I just got a feeling here. And it's nothing I can put my finger on specifically more than it's just a big game with Ohio State's just got the kind of athletes I feel can make plays. And it won't be as easy for Clemson against these corners. I think the Ohio State has, like I say, the athletes is something that Clemson doesn't see on a regular basis. I mean, Clemson is the standard in the ACC, and they rule that conference. But they don't always get to play these other schools, and we'll see. I feel the value here for me. And I've been on Clemson. Trust me, I was on the maximum best bet against Notre Dame in the ACC title game. So I kind of got a good feel with Clemson. I will back them when I think the time is right. While this isn't a maximum best bet play, it's just I do like Ohio State. Not necessarily to win, but I think they're going to make this an exciting game for everybody. Be careful with Clemson is the moral of this soliloquy I just gave you. Be careful if you're going to back Clemson tonight.
All right. We'll have to agree to disagree on this one. I don't think Dabo would make that comment if he didn't feel like he really has the team. And he wants to I believe if he has the ability to run it up, he will. I believe he will have that ability here today. And I don't think Ohio State's riding on a name here this year, as far as when it comes to the top four. So I agree with him. I don't believe they belong in here. And I think Dad was going to show them they don't belong in here, that they are who we thought they are. All right. So we covered our football games. Oh, by the way, I do like that over, though. And a lot of it is that reason. I believe Clemson will be I think they're going to put points on at will. So hopefully that is the case for Chumley and I here today. But the over is a nice play. So make some money with that. And let's see what you guys have here for basketball before we round it up with our most interesting play. And if it is basketball, send it to me. So I'll start with you, Chumley. What are your thoughts? Any basketball here today?
I'm going to make one play on the Charlotte game. Western Kentucky can push the pace. They got they're pretty high scoring. They average around 80. Charlotte not so much, but I feel today this game is gonna. Both teams are Charlotte's going to try to keep up with them, and I see this game going over the total of 135. That's if you've watched me on this show, I give out a lot of totals. It's kind of my specialty, so I would make a play on that today, guys. Play that game over.
Okay, so Western Kentucky, Charlotte over the 135. 6 out of the last 7 times the Hilltoppers have been a favorite. That game has gone over. I don't have much else for you to add to that one, Chum. So let's see. You've been doing pretty well in college baskets. I've noticed that out in the Facebook chat rooms. So, hopefully you'll continue with a nice solid winner there for you today. And in baskets for you today, NBA, college, what do you got rolling there, Mr. Gulledge?
Yeah, let's just go with the college basketball. I'm just going to pull up my notes. So through the first 36 days of NCAA basketball action, best bet record is 21 wins, 14 losses, and a push. So 60% coming into the new year. Solid action every day, 60% at this point. And I'm going to give you the best bet play here. I like Wright State today. They're 6-1. They've been winning by double digits every game, the 6 games, playing Oakland, and the spread 7.5. Oakland started horribly and have won a couple games against a Detroit team, I think, so down. So it's the perception perhaps that they're getting their shit together, but I don't think they have. I think Wright State goes in here and just blasts them today. I think this line's really soft. Look for something closer to 20 than 7.5. I think you can get an easy, uncontested layup by betting Wright State tonight in college basketball.
Wright State is the right play from the Red Rifle today. Hey, all right. So, okay, all right. So we've covered the football. We've covered a little bit of basketball with each of us in a pick. Tomorrow, we're going to have some NFL and some more. What do we got going on tomorrow? But we'll be here tomorrow, 7 a.m.
College football. I'm gonna have a big book. I'm gonna have a big bookie buster tomorrow. It's gonna be a huge play for me tomorrow. College football. You don't want to miss this. I'll talk about it on tomorrow's show, but I look forward to it, guy. And then Sunday, of course, NFL team. How many teams are going for those 3 playoff spots in the AFC? That's going to be kind of an interesting day of gambling. I'm looking forward to Sunday in the NFL, but there's a huge play tomorrow for me, bookie buster. So don't miss out. Tune in tomorrow.
All right. So we will be here 7 a.m. Pacific time, and we will be ready to roll you with some more winners. I believe I have one college basketball game left in my system, which really haven't had a play in a few days. So, but I see there's one here today, and that's with Liberty, the Flames, -6.5 over Lipscomb. And one play there, but the system's pretty much over. So, and it's time to find other ways to make money in college basketball, which I have those. So don't forget, please subscribe down below, either on YouTube at Louis Diamond or here at Facebook. And that way you'll get us popping up as soon as we start coming live. And if you're looking for some solid winners that we feel are a little bit above and beyond the free pay category, stop by BettorCenter.com. Tony Gulledge has got a nice big bookie buster out there for you today. Chip and Ross have a few different selections out there for you. And soon we'll get Chumley throwing out his plays out there for you every day. So for Chip for Chumley and Tony and Eugene at Spotlight Productions, this is Louis Diamond. Thank you for joining us here on BettorCenter Live.